Okay, if you're a parent, you know the drill. The daily routine shuffle. Getting dressed, brushing teeth, getting into bed. It can feel like you're a professional negotiator, right? But what if you could flip that script and turn those tasks into a really engaging game? Well, in this explainer, we're going to look at a tool that's designed to do exactly that. Make daily chores feel more like a playful adventure for your kids. Does this question hit a little too close to home? You know, that end of day wind down that somehow feels more like a wind up, full of arguments and power struggles? It is one of the most common friction points for families, so it's the perfect place for us to start. So, why do we even push for these routines in the first place? It really boils down to a few huge benefits. First off, predictability and comfort. Kids just thrive when they know what's coming next. It gives them this real sense of security. Routines also build essential skills, things like planning and self-control. And, maybe the biggest one of all, it reduces stress for everyone. When a child knows what to expect, there's just way less friction. Right, but here's the catch. Even with all those amazing benefits from a kid's point of view, routines can be, well, let's be honest, kind of boring. And that's where the real challenge is. It's about shifting from this mindset of just enforcing the rules to one of genuine engagement. So the key isn't just having a routine, it's making that routine fun. So how do you actually make something like brushing teeth fun? Well, let's dive into a really clever and playful solution that was designed to tackle this very problem. So what exactly is ROUTINO? At its heart, it's a super simple hands-on board. But the magic is all in its paper slider. A child physically pushes this little tab, and as they do, it reveals a sequence of pictures for a task, like, say, getting ready for bed. And the final reveal? A big, satisfying thumbs up that gives them that immediate feeling of, I did it. And the whole process is incredibly simple and intuitive, which, is absolutely key for young kids. First, you just push the slider, you see the picture, maybe it's a toothbrush. Then you go and do the actual task. And finally, you push the slider all the way to reveal that awesome thumbs up. It's that direct link, a physical action, a real-world task, and an instant reward that makes it so effective. Now, this isn't just about a cute design. There is some solid science and child development happening here that explains how this little board can totally transform the way kids learn and build habits. This quote really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? For kids, learning is not a spectator sport. They have to be involved. They have to touch things, to move things around. Just passively listening to instructions, it just doesn't stick in the same way. And this whole idea of active engagement is exactly what makes a tool like ROUTINO really click. And this is where we can really break down the magic. That sliding mechanism we've been talking about, that's active engagement. Those simple, bright pictures, that's visual cueing, which is perfect for kids who can't read yet. The little thumbs up emoji gives them immediate positive reinforcement. And letting a child pick which task is next, that's all about fostering autonomy. See how every single feature is intentionally tied to a proven learning principle? It's pretty smart. So what this all really boils down to is a simple but powerful shift. It takes an abstract command, like go get ready for bed, and turns it into a concrete, tangible game that the child is in control of. The instructions are no longer just coming from a parent. They're part of this cool activity the child is physically doing. And that change in perspective, well, it's everything. Okay, so we get the why and the how. But what does this actually look like in your house day to day? Let's walk through the steps for bringing this into your own family's routine and making it stick. Here is a fantastic 6-step recipe for success. You start by just introducing the board as a fun new thing. Then you model that slide and do process together. Now, step 3 is really a game changer. Offering small choices, like, hey, should we do pajamas or teeth first, gives them a sense of ownership. And don't forget the praise. High fives for every thumbs up really reinforce that positive feeling. Consistency is what builds the habit, and a quick, which part was your favorite, at the end helps them process the whole sequence. This is about so much more than just having a smoother bedtime tonight. Using a tool like this is actually an investment in your child's future. So let's look at the long-term payoff and the lifelong skills you're helping to build here. And this really brings us to the big picture. You're not just teaching a kid to brush their teeth, you're building their independence and fostering a real sense of responsibility. By putting the routine on a board instead of just on you, you reduce those power struggles, which leads to a much more peaceful home. And ultimately, you're teaching them that building healthy habits can actually be a fun adventure, not some awful chore they have to dread. So it all comes down to this simple but really powerful question. By just rethinking our approach and by using tools that actually line up with how children learn,
through play, we can totally change the dynamic around all those daily tasks. It's about shifting from a constant battle of wills to a shared adventure.